Good afternoon, students. Is my voice is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Right. We'll go with unit number 2 and 3 today. 2, 3, 4. Maximum I will cover in this session. 2 till 4. From the next session, we'll focus on limited units.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, we are six participants right now.
Right, right. I'm continuing. Yeah, unit number 2 is scope of communication management. Even though if maybe Maksud
Sir,
is a regular student, I think so, who
yes, sir.
already attend the offline classes also in a
Yes.
study center.
Yes.
Okay, even though this is for all other study center students also. So that is why I'm repeating here, repeating the units. Last
Okay.
2, 3, 4 units already we have discussed in the offline.
Yes, sir.
Even though now again I am going with the same units, but next session, next coming 2 sessions, I will focus in another units. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, management is the act of, already we know, management is the act of directing and controlling a group of people, or the purpose of coordinating and harmonizing the group towards accomplishing a goal behind the scope of individual effort.
Okay.
Next, functions of the management. Here we have to know the main functions. The first one is planning, second one is organizing, third one is leading or motivating, fourth one is controlling, fifth one is coordinating. These are the main functions. Orally 5 major functions we have in a management, because we have a media management. Particularly, I will focus on the media management mainly focused on the media management. What kind of departments is there in the media? We have discussed in the last session. Even I will again explain here in this class also. What will come under the planning? Here is deciding what need to happen in the future. Today, next week, next year, next month, next year, 5 years, there is a planning.
Yes.
So accordingly, the management means here the high cadre, middle cadre, and lower cadre. Sometimes we call the lower cadre means workers, employees, and middle management like a assistant manager, and upper management like general managers and managing directors. So those are the categories. Their ultimate plan is to develop their organization in kind of either in a financial, or there is a target. Their goal is something, maybe financial or not financial. Maybe they are focusing on the, for example, particularly one political party. So they focus on the grabbing the voters. So this depends on their goal. Next one is organizing, making optimum use of resources required to enable the successful carrying out of the plans.
This comes in administration also, sir.
Yeah, now here we are discussing administration only because
Yes.
just these five are the administration part only. In business management, like MBA, administration, business administration, BBA course, there is also comes here. This is a business plan,
Yes.
business orientation only. But media also one kind of business only. Actually, uh, in liberal, what we say is that media is a not-profit organization, but in reality, it may not. Even any industry, they expect something, you know.
Yes.
Am I right? Next one is the leading. After planning and organizing, they have to lead the management. So for this, exhibiting skills in these areas for getting others to play an effective part in achieving plans. Next one is we'll discuss one by one, main focusly on the our subject orientation, means media and communication orientation. These five are the main management orientation. Either any industry it is, it may be media industry or any product industry or a services industry, whatever it is. So if there is a lack in the staff, they have to lead one leader, means manager will lead some team members.
Yes.
He
You're right,
gives
sir.
some motivational.
Yes.
He gives some motivational. He gives training. So this is comes another leading function. And now controlling. If there is a no controlling, there is a no order. Just they work, they don't there is a no discipline in between in the employees. There is a no quality in the products. So whatever it is, it may be, there is a no quality services in the services. So that is one function is required, controlling function is also required in the management. What will come under the managing controlling function? Monitoring,
Yes, sir.
regular checking, and if there is any lack, they have to give some feedback. They give trainings. They give which may need modifications. They give those trainings and they give the requirements. Next one is a coordination. All above four have to be coordinated by one person. Maybe he is the CEO of a company or MD, various titles. Maybe somewhere in some organizations it may call as a CEO, some organizations it may call the chief administrative officer, some organizations may call as a chairman and managing director. So coordination of between the management and employees and quality checking, all this comes under the coordination. Nature of managerial work. This is typically involves making a profit for the shareholders, creating valued products at a reasonable cost for customers, and providing rewarding employment opportunities for employees. Three aspects is here. One is the profit for the shareholders. Shareholders means shareholders, shareholders.
Yes, stock market.
Yes, if
I
the
have,
company, if,
I also have shares in stock market, sir.
right, if the company is listed in the stock market, they may be called shareholders.
Yes, sir.
Here is a management,
No.
not managers, the proprietors. In case of a small business entity, there is a one proprietor only. But it is a big industry, there is a number of shareholders. Everyone have a right based on their shares.
Yes.
So they require profits. In the similar line, Customers also require a project, a product, or a service in a reasonable cost. And employees who works with that organization, they also expect that their promotions, incentives, rewards, awards. So all these involves that a manager have looking all these activities. Is the nature of work is to give profits to the shareholders and means their proprietors, and reasonable cost the product to be to the customers, and awards, rewards, promotions, incentives to the employees. In case of non-profit management, above is the profitable management. The companies require profits. But in case of non-profit management, what will be? Here is keeping the faith of donors. Any non-profit organization which is runs by the donations. Am I right?
Yes.
So the manager work is to keep the faith of the donors. Next, Mr. Daniel, from which study center?
From our
Hyderabad only,
yes.
right? Earlier,
We have met earlier also, sir.
right?
Daniel and me
Right.
from our batch.
Okay. Now coming to the management types: public, private, volunteer. We know public means, for example, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Which type is the management here?
Public, private, and volunteer.
No, Ministry of Information and Public, central government, there is a ministry.
Okay.
Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, that is a ministry. So who is who is the management here? It's a public entity, but the minister, the cabinet minister who looks in the matters, but that is a public unit. Now coming to the private unit, for example, Enadu newspaper, it's a private management. Now coming to the one child health organization, child vikas organization, or many NGOs, Greenpeace, for example, that is a one kind of NGO. Who is the management here? For example, volunteer. Those are the voluntary, means non-profitable organizations. So there is a donors. Donors are the management.
Okay.
Right. Why control is required in the management? No, already we know the hierarchy: top management, middle management, and workers. This is the hierarchy position in any organization. So communication management is the systematic planning, implementing, monitoring, and revision of all the channels of communication within an organization and between organization. Within organization means employees of the organization. Between the organizations means, for example, an organization which is depends on the government. So the manager who works with that particular organization, who deals with the government officials. So is the communication manager role is to regularly we have to visit the government offices for the approvals, or to meet the officers related to their organization. Next one is aspects of communication management, the corporate communication strategies. So if any problem comes to the organization, you have to overcome it. You have to give some suggestions to control the damage. So that is communication strategies. You have to design some internal and external communication directives. Here is the directives means, some controlling points. So he's giving some standards to everyone in the organization have to maintain. Once every employee who maintain the standard, the company, the products, the services will be the qualitative.
Sir, activities like corruption, delay in work,
Okay, that is comes under the controlling.
control, yes, sir.
We have discussed in the controlling function
Okay.
in the management.
Okay, sir.
The purpose of communication management is to ensure that both managers and workers have access to the same information.
Okay.
Maybe he is a worker or he is a manager, but communication manager, here is a, both managers means here is a, not a communication manager, various other department managers and workers in various departments. Particularly coming to the our media industry, what kind of departments in the media industry? Mainly editorial department, next circulation department, next production department, and general department means administrative department. There is a HR, human research section, finance section, in general section means attendance, all those looking those section. So purpose of communication manager role is the information, whatever it is, it should be reached from the manager cadre to down the worker cadre. All have to access the information related to that organization. Maybe he is a lawyer regional clerk, maybe he is a general manager, but all should get the same information in time. How it will be possible? Now we have a technology. Earlier there is no technology. There is then house journal, which is published by the organization or industry. So that house journal printed value distributed to the manager and also even the worker also. Then they will read the information about their organization of a previous 1 year or 1 month or the 2 months, whatever it is. Depends on
Sir,
the periodicity.
awareness of goals and objectives.
Yes, that is also part in the communication. No,
Yes.
awareness means about the organization. Here is the organization means maybe it is industry, maybe it is a department, maybe it is a public sector unit, whatever it is. Maybe it is a newspaper company, maybe it is a broadcast channel. So for all this, in generally we are calling as an organization. Communication manager's role. So we have to design the organizational communication structure. Here is just I am telling about the communication manager only, not the all other managers. Means, for example, manager for the operation and maintenance. If, take an example from the metro water works of Hyderabad. Hyderabad Metropolitan Water Works and Sewerage Board. We have Metro Water Works Board in general we call. There is a various types of managers. One is one is for manager for maintenance. One is for maintenance of office. One is for maintenance of sewerage. One is maintenance of transportation. There is a number of, one is a manager for the particular area, Metro Water Works manager of Kutubullapur area, or Secunderabad area, or Hyderabad area, like that. There is a number of managers, but here is discussing about the communication manager. Communication manager is one for one organization. One means not only number one, only one means it's a team.
Individual.
It's a team.
Okay, team. Okay.
Yes, team of members who works for the organization. Here we are discussing about the communication manager's role. You have to design of organizational communication structure. So, for example, Metro Water Works. For what kind of communication Here is only focusing on communication, not the other works. Means if there is a drainage overflow, that is not a duty of the communication manager.
Mm.
Communication manager is only to give proper press releases. For example, we know sometimes we reach in the newspapers there is a no water supply in a particular place because of the repairing works. So that is the communication manager role. He gives the press releases to the all newspapers and broadcast channels, electronic media, and new media also. That is his role, communication manager role. So, what kind of communication structure should be in an organization? For example, that is a small organization. It is required only one communication manager and one attender is enough. In case of that is a big organization, for example, coming to our Ambedkar Open University, we have a one public relations officer and one assistant public relations officer and one office assistant, one superintendent. Superintendent is the third position who is in the office only, and two office assistants we have. That is the structure. It is enough for the to manage communication flow in the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University. So based on the size of the organization, there is a required some structure. It should be designed by the communication manager. Next, define communication principles and standards. So each employee, how we have to be in the office, or how to behave with the press, how to behave with the other communication in the process of communication with others. So this is the principles and standards have to be defined by the communication manager. And to formulate the communications goals of the organization, sometimes criticism, some critics against the organization, some wrong information, misinformation against misinformation on the organization. Then the communication manager have to come have to be involved in the time and resolve it. So that is also called as a communication strategies. Manage and monitor the information flows and organize the crisis communication. This is also called crisis management. If a communication manager, generally we are calling communication manager, but some way in some organization they call it as a public relations officer, public relations manager. For example, our Ambedkar University, we don't call communication manager. We call it is the title is public relations officer. In government of Telangana, there is also information and public relations department. There is also for district, each district one public relations officer. Now, the promotion it is a additional assistant director, deputy directors. The title is there, but the nature of work is as a manager work only. Next one is a research the communications context. See some information whether it is reaching the down cadre staff also, workers also or not. On and off, the communication manager has to take the feedbacks, otherwise have to do some surveys. Then only the process, the purpose is fulfilled or not only knows by the regular research only. And this is a team network based on the organization, whether it is a big organization, there is a number of employees who have to be worked for the communication section. And provide corporate presentation to publics, media, and cybernetic space also. Cybernetic means nowadays we are seeing this many YouTube channels and new media ventures we have. So all this have to be looked in by the communication manager. Any doubts, Monica?
Sir,
Is it clear to you? One by one. Maksud, I will speak with first Monica. Monica, are you listening?
sir, yes, sir.
Ma'am, I'm asking Monica.
Hello.
Yes, Monica.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes, who is Maksud?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. What is your doubt?
Research in the topic with the topic of research, the communication
Yeah.
context.
No, here is the research means here is the research means communication topic, not only communication flow
Yes,
is
sir.
it is reaching up to the target people or not of the organization.
Okay.
For example,
Sure.
for example, uh, one booklet means house journal published by the published by the communication section department. Whether the book is reaching ground level worker or not,
Mm.
and the content which is easy to understand the ground level worker or not. So on and off, the communication manager to conduct a survey, otherwise at least to take a feedback. So in our journal, there is a sentence, there is a section also there, feedback address is there also. So if anyone, they may not reaching, it is the communication is not reaching to the one cadre, so they may give their feedback. Whether the text which is not understand means more jargon, otherwise more difficult to understand. No, that is not a simple to understand a ground level worker. So once the communication manager receives any complaints, we have to be clarified. Next. Yeah. Who is this Realme XT? What is his name?
Sir, once again.
Who is Realme XT?
Realme XT. Mm, Sir, I think he's
Yeah, Maksud, wait, he will respond. Yeah,
one second. We can I can chat with him and ask.
no problem. Just this is an interaction. That is why I'm
Yes,
asking
sir.
him only.
I think
No,
he's
Maksud,
use. Sir,
yes, you stop it. I will interact with others also.
sorry.
Yeah, whether this is a understanding or not, I have to know.
Okay.
Uh, Reddy, Mr. Reddy, Mr. Reddy, it is clear to you? This lecture is clear to you? Voice or presentation?
Uh, Sir, one thing. He has turned off his microphone and camera. The icons displays, sir, like that.
Okay, it may be. They were switch on, unmute and speak. Yeah,
They can see and hear, sir, but they can't
no, it is possible
see.
only. Yeah, next, Realme, Monica. Monica, are you listening? At least you may chart it. You may give your message in the chat room.
Sir,
Listening,
Monica,
sir. Your
yeah,
listening,
Monica.
sir.
Yes,
okay,
Sir, your voice is not available, sir.
not available means Maksud, is my voice is
sir,
good or
perfect, sir,
Your
perfectly, sir.
huh?
I can
sound,
hear very clear, sir. Maybe
Yes,
your mobile network issue, sir.
yeah, Monica,
uh, అవును sir.
mute. My voice is clear to you?
Now clear, sir.
Okay, yes. Monica, earlier are you visited this study center? Monica from which study center?
Sir,
Monica from which study center? Study center from Hyderabad only or other study center?
Hyderabad only, sir.
Right. Next, Daniel. Daniel, okay, I know. Realme. Realme.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I can hear.
Yeah,
Daniel,
Daniel,
okay.
okay. Already you have responded earlier. No problem. Realme. Realme. Who is this Realme? Hello. I'm Reddy. Mr. Reddy, respond. Either you chat it even though no problem. If you are not able to speak, just type your opinion on the chat box.
Reddy is right now sending messages in chat box. Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes, okay. No, because if once the feedback comes from the students only, I can approach. I will go with ahead. That is why that is why I'm interacting with you individually. We have only 5 students each year. Right. Now I'm going with our lesson. The communication manager's role we have already discussed. Next, management development. Here is the communication management. So we have to be, as a manager, we have to give not only communication section, but he may give his opinions, his suggestions, his ideas, because the communication manager who touches all employees. For example, a manager in a maintenance and operations and manager who don't touch all the employees, who only limited to his division, and he looks in the works with him, and he chit chats with the only particular persons, means who are works under him, he contact with them only. But in a organization, the communication manager who touches all kind of employees, because of his role. Because of his role, he have to greet, he have to speak with every worker who works in the organization.
You have to take all of the team members'
So
responsibility.
that is why he known much of what the lacks in the organization. So based on his ideas, based on his from the feedback from the various employees, he may give suggestions to the management. So for the organizational development, he may give any suggestions to the management. And structured informal learning and formal training courses of various kinds. Education means not here exactly like a BA, intermediate or 10th class. Here is a awareness. Regular awareness programs have to be conducted by the communication manager. And there is a challenges everywhere for every employee, in every company, even in government, even in a private, even in a corporate, wherever it is. We know everywhere, every employee has a challenges. Here is for a communication managers, what are the major challenges for him? Administrative incompetence. Sometimes administrative officers don't accept the communication manager. They think that communication manager is also like a normal employee. But already we have discussed, the communication manager is ultimately who greets and he touches all the employees. So that is why he gets more information, more feedbacks, more lacks, more goods, whatever it is, goods, bad, whatever it is. It will be known by the communication manager. And sometimes attitude problems also is a major challenge. So these are the two major challenges for the communication manager. And approaches, how to approach. So dysfunction analysis, so monitoring, coaching, job rotation, professional development, all this comes under this function analysis. So we have to monitor. Here he is not monitoring the entire employees of the organization, just he is monitoring particular people. If anyone interested in the communication, so he is only gives some coaching to the particular. For example, many organizations don't recruit communication managers or public relations officers, but someone who are interested, who works in another section, but if he is interested, he may depute it into the communication section. So then the communication manager have to give coaching and some professional developments to the employee. Coming to the business workflow of analysis, so already we have discussed upward feedback, executive education, and supervisory training. Already all this we have discussed earlier. Coaching. So these are some important functions, important actions, developments by the communication manager. And some other other approaches, like we have to consult internal corporate consulting groups and some approaches. Actually, the communication manager role is not to be a mediator, but even though you have to consult other kind of groups also. For example, if the general manager asks the communication manager to ask him to contact the manager of operation and maintenance. So communication manager, otherwise a public relations officer, who have to contact the manager of O&M, means operations and manager, and you have to take some feedbacks or any questions or whatever it is. So you have to be approached and give the feedback to the upper managerial levels. Yes.
Providing consulting services to organization to improve their performance.
Consulting services from sometimes is you have to consult other organizations also, and sometimes the communication manager have to be act as a consultant, like as if some information with our for our organization, some other newspaper, other university who expects any information from the Ambedkar University. So they approach instead of the higher position, means registrar and vice chancellor, they approach to the public relations officer.
Sir, corporate consultants provides company business management, matter related to company business management.
But ultimately, the role is different. Corporate manager means he looks after the profits and other sections like. But here is a communication manager who just connecting these two people.
Hello?
Yes.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
I have to leave, sir. I'm going. I'll join in the next class.
Right, right. No.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We have 2 classes left. Okay, Daniel.
Okay. Thank you, bye.
Okay.
I'll join in the next class.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, coming to the unit number 3, media entrepreneurship. So the word entrepreneurship is derived from the French word entreprendre,
Media
which means,
entrepreneurship. Okay.
yeah, this means to undertake. The entrepreneurship means to undertake. This refers to those who undertake the risk of news enterprises. Here is the media entrepreneurship means the risk of new enterprises. So sometimes it may be risk, sometimes may lot of profit, but we have to first initially, this is a meaning. Entrepreneurship means to undertake the risk of new enterprises. Coming to the media entrepreneurship is associated with the value proposition like creation and delivery. Creation means what you have to create a media entrepreneur, what we have to create.
Digital, including digital content platforms,
Yes,
streaming
content.
services.
Yeah, content. So you have to prepare, you have to create content and deliver it to the audience. The new venture creation or entrepreneurial management of an existing firm may occur solely as an individual effort. For example, we have earlier the Enadu management is newspapers, FM radios, and TV channels, news TV channels, FM channels also. But there is no new venture, new media venture. The present what they have one app. ETV Bill is a one app. That is a new media venture. So every nowadays all media means existing media, either in a print media or broadcasting, whatever it is. They are delivering their content through apps. That is a one media entrepreneurship. That is a one new kind of a new media venture. Okay, based on consistent opportunity identification and evaluation, the value on one or more the following types like the content, platform, emotion, audience reach.
Business model elements.
Yes, all these. What are the characteristics? The main characteristics of entrepreneurs is economic and dynamic activity. Number two is related to innovation. So, if a regular features, no one interested to see the app. So always there is an innovation, always renew. If they use a new content, new type of content, new designs, more innovations implemented in the app only, it will be developed, it will be get the attention of the audience. Search for new ideas and efficient and effective systems for innovation. So ultimately, any media entrepreneur, their aim, their goal is profit. For the profit, they have to take risk also. These are the major characteristics for the entrepreneur, either in a media industry or any general industry.
Sir, what are the examples of risk bearing?
Risk bearing, for example, recently from Zomato is also one entrepreneur. Actually, Zomato has no hotels, no food hotels, no food restaurants. That is only a mediator. Means they have created one application. Based on the application, they are running their company, their entity.
Like
So,
competition risk.
Yeah, one risk is, for example, recently we have learned that some Zomato give the worker who are having food from the package and again repacking. So the Zomato got a bad name. That is a risk. In case of risk, the communication manager, here is also communication manager who involves here and he gives some explanation what it is happened, how it is happened, and how best they have to do their customers. So all these structure, these goals, these standards, these qualities have to be framed by the communication manager. Here is the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur also have to be overcome the risk for the profits. Here is some major, some successful persons. Just we are just reading because we have to know. Bill Gates from the Microsoft, Warren Buffett, Hathaway, and Gordon Murray, Intel, Steve Jobs, Apple Computers, Jack Welch, GE, GD Birla, Jensen Tata. These are from the India. Some here is a these in where these are not in a media industry. They are in a general industries, their business, but they are the successful entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur is ultimately is a synonym of the businessman, but businessman who invest the money, but sometimes entrepreneurs is not required to invest the money, just their idea. For example, we know
Company, yes, sir. Company formation.
for example, Zomato has a that is the only just they have no physical restaurants, but they are supplying food. How it is? Because of the idea of
Yes.
Creating one app and maintaining. So that is entrepreneur.
Launching and growing.
Yeah,
Yes.
businessman means who there is a who have to be invest the money. You have to invest the money for products. Yeah, importance of entrepreneurship. Why it is so? The number one is development of managerial capabilities. Identify cost and benefits and implications, alternative, creative new technologies. These are comes under the development of managerial capabilities. So identify, for example, a human resource. If we identify a skilled person, so automatically he will give the more revenue, more profits to the organization. Ultimately, any organization goal is to get the profits, and for the cost and benefits of implications and alternative. If there is a cost, they have to go with some alternative. But the result should be same. Go with new technology. Create a new technology.
Innovation and building wealth.
Yes, that is also one kind of importance for the entrepreneurship. Creation of organizations like assemble and coordinate physical, human, and financial resources. Physical resources means products, means machinery. Human resources means employees. Financial resources means shares. Like you have to attract the shareholders, otherwise any partners also. Then only if there is a more investments, means we will develop more, grown up his company more, it's an elevation to the company. So ultimately, the importance is economic development.
Focusing and learning strategies.
Yeah, this already we have discussed in the communication managers role.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the media entrepreneurship, traditional publishing, we know newspapers, periodicals, and books. These are the publishing sector, print media. Now coming to the electronic media, radio, television, via broadcasting, broadband, cable, or satellite, and motion pictures, video games, recording music, advertising and publications, fixed and wireless telecommunications, and adoptions of the internet for any of these media. These are the electronic media. So we have a scope to enter any media which we have now ready. See, net radio, if you are interested as a media entrepreneur, you may start a radio station. Instead of just see, here it is not required. You don't require equipment, but technology. You use the technology. Some we know web radios. There is a only is idea is taking some content, electronic content from one organization, and some from other organization, and combining and giving from his own platform. Like YouTube channels also, we know there is a number of, everyone can open a YouTube channel. That is not required any profits.
New
But for
content
them,
techniques.
just they have to know how to collect the content, how to present it,
Yes.
how to it attracts the audience. So that is a personal. It is there is a not required much amount to investment. Just is taking from one part to another, and is producing, is creating some modifying, yes, is creating, and is delivering in a unique way. So automatically his organization means his news platform, otherwise is new media that venture will grow up.
So telephony,
Yeah, next
mass
telephone
media.
is including now that the mass media applications and content are delivered through handsets. Just in a, we have everyone has nowadays we have a mobile
Okay.
phone.
Okay,
So
using
that is,
voice and video messaging.
yes, this is a little advantage than the electronic media.
Oh. Having access to an internet connection.
Yes, that is a part. So more we have a chances in the social media. Now, upcoming entrepreneurs maybe have a chance, have a choice in a social media, because in a global level, as per the records, April 2024, there is a 5.44 billion internet users in around the global, and 5.07 social media users. For example, we have some Telugu. If just we open a Telugu media platform on the internet, it may access from Australia also, from America also. For example, news print paper only limited place from the printing area, printing station. But in a social media, a social media app creates related to the news. It may access from the Australia, from the America also. So that is why if a person, if a Telugu person who lives in America, if he has a internet facility, he can
Access from anywhere, any location
any.
from the world. Okay.
So that is why a social media platform related to the Telugu or otherwise a Hindi or local languages, maybe Malayalam or Kannada, whatever it is. So the scope we have in a social media to start a new media entrepreneurship, media venture. As per the January 2024, in India also 751 million internet users. Out of them, 462 million social media users also. Social media, we have various type of networks and applications available.
Yes, sir.
So we have a much scope in the social media. Media entrepreneurial scenario in India, as per the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FICCI. So we have a much scope in a marketing, in a distribution, in a innovation sectors, in a process sectors. So media's growth and entertainment sector is a fourth more in coming times as per the FICCI. So they are encouraging the entrepreneurs in a media industry to start a media venture, entrepreneur to become an entrepreneur in media.
Yes, sir. Digital content platforms,
Digital content,
streaming.
yes, digital content. We know now it is a emerging trend. It is going on in the India also. Coming to the media, particularly media-related media entrepreneurs, mainly two persons, that is Raghav Bal and Sharda Sharma. They are the initial entrepreneurs in a media. That is why we are discussing. Raghav is an Indian businessman best known for his ownership of several television channels. But he again entered in the means he also started some Vycom.com is a first media entrepreneur. Yeah, he is the first media entrepreneur. So he started a portal via Vycom.com. So based on in that website, he is producing all other means content is same, but which is in television content, it is giving through website. Raghav is the first means first kind of generation in a media industry, and another one is Sharada, who is also former founder and CEO of Your Story Media Private Limited. She is from Patna. Previously worked with Times of India and CNBC, TV18 also. She is our media venture is yourstorymedia.com. Yourstory.com. You just type in, you type in Google, you will get the many stories in that website. More than 5,000 stories. Means that company interviewed more than a number of people, and there is a 5,000 more plus stories available in that website.
Sir, Sarada Sharma is CEO as well as Indian journalist and entrepreneur.
She's a journalist. Earlier, she's a journalist. She's mainly, not only she's focusing on the only news. General, just open news story website. There is a number of interviews with the businessmen and women entrepreneurships and sports persons in a various categories.
Yes.
Not only limited to the news. So that is why that company, that venture is in a good position. And other important persons like Bhargav Joshi, his title his website is a bulletin news. So he gives top 20 news in every hour.
Okay.
And another partnership, Bhaskar Reddy and Narasimha Reddy, whose channel, whose platform is public-wide, vernacular, hyper-local community news platform. And Sanya and Darshan, their platform is, their organization is a news reach. That is a digitalized local newspaper publishers, reporters, stringers. So they focus on the local news also. Another one is a daily, and we regularly see in a WhatsApp the content related to the daily hunt and news, way to news also. This is daily hunt from the Bengaluru. The person is entrepreneur is a woman. Another one is a news prompt from Mumbai. The entrepreneur is Alex. One more is a news reach. Already we have discussed Darshan from Mumbai. There is again, already we have discussed everywhere. There is a pros and cons.
Yes.
There is a profits and losses. There is a problems, and they have to face it. They have to overcome it. Problems like a new ventures creation. It's a risk-taking activity and the meet of needs of the market. So if routine content comes in the platform, may they lost the subscribers, may they lost the advertisers. Anything in a media, advertising is a heart for the survival of the media organization. Whether it is a print media or a broadcast or a new media venture, new media platform, whatever it is, advertisement is the ultimate. Yes? So
They should maintain right balance for long-term success.
yes, that is so that is only creation. So always their content should be a creative. They have to give more attractive news than others. That is, if they gives only the needs, and they meet the market, the particular audience. Right? Next one, there is a prospects also there. Those are the business models. So every organization established based on their goal is to get some profits. Media particularly. Actually, there is a proverb: media is focused on the service, not profit. But in virginality, in reality, it is not following. Many media was biased for some parties, or their ultimate goal is to get the profits. But this is
Like
also business. This is also business. Maybe it is acceptable, no problem.
business
But
models like transactions.
more, this is also, it is acceptable because that is also we are treating like a business, so it is acceptable. But here is what will come: ethics. They must follow the ethics.
Okay.
That is one important thing. Any media organization, they have to maintain the ethics.
They have
So
they have to maintain a team of employees.
team of employees, that is common for anything, any organization, no problem.
Okay.
But coming to the media, they must maintain the ethics, media ethics. We don't give, for example, pamphlet, when a pamphlet which is published in a viral party, and they supply to the people. But a media organization,
Sir,
a
media
media,
business means radio, television,
yes,
broadcasting,
yes,
satellite programming
yes,
programs.
print media, broadcasting, new media ventures, everything will come under the media entertainment. So ultimately, they have to maintain some ethics, and they have to maintain standard. For example, in between we have stopped that one. If one party, one political party, who publish a pamphlet, but media organization, a print media organization, they don't publish that kind of in general news. There is a no newsworthiness. There is a no fact checking. There is no news reality. So must media have to be cross-check the facts and maintain the standards, maintain the ethics. That is why media is surviving still. But nowadays we see in some YouTube platforms, YouTube channels, there is a, sometimes it feels that there is a lack of ethics, but no one can control, because YouTube still there is no control authority. Sometimes they stop the monetization, otherwise they stop the channel. But in general, it is flowing fake news in the YouTube. So no one, for print media, we have some controlling authorities like press press council of India. They have that controls, press council of India controls the newspapers. So that is why still newspapers maintains ethics. Coming to the online ventures of media, even though electronic media also not comes under the Press Council of India, because the Press Council of India established in the 1972. Then only the government electronic media, means All India Radio and Doordarshan only. There is no private channels, no satellite channels, no cable channels. So that is why they don't think about the new media. That is why it is not controlled under the
Sir, Press
Press
Council of
Council of
India.
India.
Sir, Press Council of India improves the newspaper and news agencies.
They control the
And in
newspapers and news agencies. That is why still newspapers are maintaining the ethics and standards. Compared with the electronic media and other new media agents, new media platforms. Yes.
yes, sir. Next topic.
Here are the major business models for the media entrepreneurs are the subscription. They already we see in YouTube channels, otherwise the platforms also in Google means internet platforms also. They ask us to subscribe. Based on subscription, if there is a number of subscription is high, more advertisements will come. So that is one kind of. Sometimes they ask the subscription fee also, and sell off copy, pay per view or click. So these are the some direct earning business model. And another one is advertisements. Already we have discussed a lot. Any doubts in unit number 2 and unit number 3?
Unit 4, structure.
Structure of newspaper is very much important because we must have to know
Headline, lead, paragraph. Okay, sir.
any doubts. Maksud not new. Any others? Giridhar? I don't know. Madhusudan?
Yes, sir. It's very much clear, sir.
Right. Because feedback, already we have discussed about the feedback in the communication manager role. So
yes,
on and off feedback is required to the teacher also. In the classroom, same that kind of interaction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, interaction is required. Because only focusing on the subject, reading the text is not a matter.
Okay.
General examples and interaction with the students and teachers is more acceptable. Yeah,
yes.
Giridhar, are you listening in the class? Yeah, Madhusudan from which study center?
Sorry, sir.
Madhusudan from which study center?
This is that Paradise, sir.
Okay.
Secunderabad.
Maybe all you are from the Secunderabad only. Actually, we are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
it's right.
Actually, the focus for the online classes is to reach the other study center, but no one is joining.
Okay, sir.
We have posted in the.
Yes, sir.
We have posted in the WhatsApp group also many from Vijayawada center. There is a 10 to 15 members. Some Varangal center 20 people is there. Nizamabad center also 10 to 15 is there. Tirupati center 5. At least 100 members from the 60 to 70 or 80, I think so. From other study centers, Nalgonda, but no one is participating in the online class.
Yes, sir. So that's
that is, so it is, at least they have to participate at least some classes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. We can hear. So I was just searching for the mouse for to unmute.
Right. Giridhar also from the Hyderabad study center, I think.
Yes, sir. From the Paradise Center. Yes.
Right. So, okay, it is mainly we are trying to reach the other study centers, but it is okay. Anyway, we will go with fourth chapter. Structure of a newspaper, the business aspects of the publishing are behind that can accept in a work and a general way. For a student of journalism, it is important that the newspaper should be viewed as a whole. Now, functions of management already we have discussed in our in this session only. Very early we have discussed the functions. They are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. The words may be
Similar.
synonyms only. Just the words are slightly different. Means the staffing, directing, that is some different. But even the leave it. Then we will go with the main focus on the topic.
Okay.
A newspaper organization consists of several departments, the major ones being editorial, administrative, advertising, production, circulation, and systems. Because nowadays we know all systems is emerged very recently. Earlier, the scope is very little. The work of the systems means they are as a hardware engineer. Just they come and they repair the sub-editors is a system, means a keyboard, whatever it is, a monitor, a mouse, whatever, like that. But now systems department is a big department become in the emerge of convergence of this media, right? In a newspaper also. There is a number of persons who are working under the systems department. Means that is as a developer. Developer means content creator is content writer is different, but in IT section means information technology related, the systems engineers and systems developers is another. The main functions of the editorial departments are the gathering of news, micro and macro selection of news. Whether the news, because the newspaper is a matter of space. We know we have a limited pages, some 18 or 24 pages. Now in English newspapers are coming with 24 pages, but Telugu newspaper still is coming with some 16 to 18 or maximum 18, even in all major newspapers. So the space matter is more valuable here in the print media. So which news should be published, should not be published. So that is a macro and micro selection of news by the editorial department. Editing of news and the features and the news analysis and other editorial writings. Other editorial writings means like we see in the newspapers opinions, like columns and middles from letters to editor. Those are the other kind of editorial writings.
Sir, the department will be responsible for establishing the news.
Establishing news means
No,
their department.
Any newspaper establishment.
No, establishment is again the management section, means profitable, all those. But here we are discussing about the editorial. Editorial is only focused on the gathering the news and editing the news.
Okay.
Editing in between, the selection also is important. Right? Major sections in the editorial department, the number one is the gathering news by the reporters. And selection and editing by the desk. In general, the word called desk means editorial desk. Okay?
Yes, sir. Leading articles for publishing in newspaper.
Yes. So who works here? Editor and news editor, bureau chief, special correspondents, reporters, and ground level means mandal level we call as stringers. Otherwise, one more word also is mandal reporter. Called it like a similar.
No problem, Secretary.
Yeah, exactly. And in the editorial section, there is a news editor and editor in a big organization. There is a number of editors.
Yes, sir.
Editor for the sports, editor for the business, editor for the cinema, editor for the particular international pages. But in a small, based on the size of the newspaper.
Yes, sir. Event editor,
Yes.
reporter, bureau chief, news
Yes.
editor.
Bureau chief means comes under the reporting section.
Yes.
Okay. Bureau chief, special correspondence, reporters, figures, line. So these are the comes under the reporting section. And sub-editors, editors, news editors, editorial conference. Editorial conference is comprised with the important persons. Important means chief sub-editors or news editors or editors in various branches. Means like already we have discussed about the business editor and sports editor. Like
Yes,
so
sir.
that is a editorial conference.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Also, there are different kinds of departments: advertisement department, production department, circulation.
Yes, we have some different departments. Earlier in the media, we have discussed it in media entrepreneurship.
Yes.
There is a department. So one by one will come. So this is the structured editorial department. In the textbook we have given in a table format, means like a graph, like in the examination also, for to attempt this question, to give your answer in a table form, in a graph form. That gives more focusing. The examiner knows how you are presented. Right? Now coming to the advertisements department, that is advertisement department is the part of any media organization. Maybe it is anything or electronic or whatever it is. The advertisement department is the part of the media organization. So coming to the newspaper, we have two types of advertisements, like display advertisements, and another one is a classified advertisements. Display advertisements we calculate in a square centimeter size, half page, full page, quarter page, and earlier there is a column centimeter size is there, but now we are calculating square centimeter size. How much? Because that is also proportionate to the columns only. They accept the space proportionate to the column only, not what is called like if you want a 7 by 7, it may not accepted by the many newspapers, because that should be matching to the column. Means generally one column is a 4 centimeters.
Yes,
so,
titles and quotes.
Yes, that is why
half page, full page.
Advertiser, they are, no, even those small advertisement advertisements also, they ask us the advertisers to go with a column space size. Means 2 into 8 centimeters. Means one column is 4 centimeters. Generally, this is the formula is following all newspapers. The functions of the advertisement department are getting the ads in retail advertisements or wholesale advertisements, like news advertisement agencies is there. They are not for the particular newspapers, but they are the media advertisement agencies. So generally, the advertisement department staff who have to contact the news advertising agencies to get the advertisement from the, so means if the circulation is good, automatically the newspaper gets more advertisements. Another function is billing and collection. So, this is a simple words only, not need to explain. And to prepare a dummy preparation means many of nowadays it is after computer facilities available, DTP is available, many advertisers means advertisers means the persons who themselves only creates a advertisement and giving to the newspaper a PDF format. But earlier there is a much work. Uh, some people who have to prepare the advertisement in the newspaper itself. Now it is some liberty. Many newspapers, many advertisers, they preparing advertisement and they are giving to the newspapers, advertisement to the newspapers. Another major section is major departments is production department. There is a production manager and a production engineer and some technical staff who works under the production manager in the production department. Their duty is to produce a quality newspaper, a quality published newspaper. Again, there is a subsections like a quality checking is there and a CPP, computer to play. Earlier, there is a much hard work to prepare a plate, but now the technology now limited the work flow. Now just a sub-editor who prepares a page and convert it into the PDF format and send it to the direct to the production staff. They prepare it as a plate. That is called computer to plate. There is a in the olden days, some 20 years ago, 15 years ago, there is a much work to prepare a plate. This is all now the advantage of the technology. Now it is limited work for the production department. Now here we have to discuss about the major colors section. Like in a newspaper, we have a CMYK colors. And in generally, the colors is a composition, various colors composed by the RGB, red, green, blue. These are the key colors. In the printing section, in the printing, there is a required 4 colors. C means cyan, means
Cyan, magenta, yellow, black.
Yeah, it is just related to, it's a dull blue.
I have written, sir.
Yeah, magenta is like a pink color. Some dullness of the pink color is a magenta, and yellow we know, and K means here is a black color.
Yes,
These
sir.
are the important color composition to print a newspaper.
Yes, sir. I have noted down in offline class. It's in my notes.
Yes.
Like mobile printing, newspaper, newspaper all colors regarding CMYK colors at bottom.
Yes.
Mention and pamphlets poster are printed through RGB colors, red, green, blue.
Yes.
Which in I have no.
Maybe any publication, maybe it is even though pamphlet also.
Yes,
it may if there is a 4 colors available with that offset printer, they may go with the CMYK. But many pamphlet machine, the means offset printing, that is only just limited, not like a newspaper kind of machines is not required there. So that is why they go with a simple machine. Means so they use only RGB colors. Now another important one is the circulation department.
Sir, sir, can I have one doubt, sir.
Yes.
We have, sorry to interrupt, we have just 5 minutes, I think so, sir.
No, yes.
Okay,
Yes, you can continue. Yes, I tell me.
No, just we are about to close in some time, so that's why I'm reminding, sir.
Yeah, only a few slides we have left. I will go with this one. Within 2 to 5 minutes, I will complete it.
Okay.
Functions of the circulation departments, that is the packing, dispatch, relationship. Just I will read out, no problem. Okay. Relationship with the agents, subscription to looking after the subscription, and collections of sales revenue, and to give the print order to the management. Means how many barrels, how many wheels is required to print it. So that is a time to time they have to estimate it and to give to the management. They will buy the print order.
Yes.
That is a newsprint. And how many papers are published and circulated. So the supply of the information to the RNI and ABC is the circulation department function. Another major department is the personnel department, accounts department, library management. All this comes under the administrative department, but some big organizations, they maintain each department, each section one department, like the personnel department, accounts one department, and library management is one kind of department. We know the deadlines for a newspaper, role of different departments in bringing out a newspaper, like news gathering by the reporters by the time like at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Sub-editors, their role is to complete the design of the page by the deadline time, means the printing time by the 1 o'clock. This is the city edition I am telling you. Some other newspapers, it is depends on their capacity. And advertisement department also, they have to complete their advertisements to give the newspaper designer by the time only 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. And later to create a plate and send it to the CTP to machine, computer to plate. And the copies are printed and packed, they distributed by the vehicles and to supply to the region. That is the role of different departments in brought out the newspaper. So I am stopping here. We'll cover other topics in the coming session.
Yes.
We have more 2 sessions. It is ask other your classmates to attend the.
Yes, sir. We will pass the message, sir. Yeah, we will. Tomorrow only we will pass it, sir. Because we have only 2 classes, Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, coming
We'll see that most of the people will attend the class, sir.
Right.
We personally won't talk to the people, sir. Yes, some people are in the group.
You motivate in your.
Yeah. We have some group friends, sir. We'll pass the message, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm ending this session. Is there any doubt more? I'm going
Thank you
to
so
end
much,
the
sir. Very
session.
nice.
Right.
Sir, we can